Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a very different video. I thought that I would show you guys some of my Instagram pictures and actually tell you what was happening in my life that time and what I was going through, and what incidents happened before I took that picture, and just let you guys know that everything you see online is not the truth, and how the pictures can look a certain way, but how the person is feeling or what the person was going through that time could have been completely opposite. So let's start. Okay, so let's start with this first picture. I think I posted it on 5th of December 2017. I basically had, I think it had been a few months since I was diagnosed with endo. Now here you can see that my hair looked really nice, and that's why I posted it. But what people don't know is that I'd say maybe a few weeks before that, I was experiencing crazy hair fall to the point that I would actually cry myself to sleep because I was really scared. I thought I was going to lose all my hair. And even before I clicked this picture, I had like this, small mental breakdown because I was seeing a lot of hair fall. Now, if you see this picture, I had cropped it exactly near my scalp because that's where I was losing hair, and you could see that my hair was thin there and my scalp was seen, and that's why I have cropped it. But I'm sure looking at this pic, nobody can tell that I actually had like a mental breakdown and I was crying because of hair fall, because here the focus is my hair. It looks extremely healthy and silky, but that was not the case at all. I was just crying before clicking this picture because I thought I was going to lose all of my hair. Now moving on to the second picture, this is a picture I posted on 5th June 2018. Now I think I shouldn't go by the date because sometimes I post old pictures, but this is a picture of me dancing for my best friend's reception. I look extremely happy, and everything looks nice, but not many people know, and only I think my best friend knows, I was loaded with painkillers. Like, I don't even remember how many doses of painkillers I had because, again, my endometriosis flare up had just happened. I had lost a lot of weight. In fact, I did not want to wear certain clothes because I had lost that much of weight. But in this particular picture, I was wearing high heels and all of that. And the reason I was able to dance is because I was loaded with painkillers. In fact, I feel like at some point I must have been really high on that many painkillers, because that was the only way I could have I could have pulled myself through the reception or my best friend's wedding, because this was like a once in a lifetime event and I did not want to miss it. But I was in constant pain even during her arrangements, and when we would go out for shopping and stuff, I would just have so much painkiller in my system, because if not for the painkillers, I wouldn't have been able to even walk. And especially on this particular day during her reception, I had taken at least, I think, 4 or 5 doses of painkillers just to get through the night, because I was in so much pain and I would be unable to walk. But again, when you see this picture, I don't think anyone can tell that I was going through so much pain and I was loaded with painkillers, and it was difficult for me to like stand for a long time or walk for a long time. But yeah, that was a very happy time. I'm glad I pulled through her wedding, even though I had to take a lot of painkillers. This next picture is a picture I got a lot of compliments for because it looks like a pretty picture, but I remember my brother was the one who was clicking these pictures, and the pictures were just not coming out the way I wanted it. I wasn't looking the way I wanted to look. And I remember feeling like I was hating my features at that moment. I wasn't liking the way I looked at that moment, and I wasn't a fan of uh, my facial features overall because of how the pictures were turning out and how I did not like it. Now, of course, now it doesn't matter. Like um, with a lot of practice and with a lot of self-love, you learn to love every part of your face. But that day, I was really not feeling it. Of course, looking at the picture, I'm sure nobody can tell, but I know that on that particular day, I wasn't feeling myself. I wasn't feeling confident. I was feeling very insecure of the way I was looking because I had this vision in my mind of how I wanted the picture to look, and it wasn't going that way. And I wasn't very happy that day. I had a lot of insecurity issues, and I just hated the way I looked on that particular day. But again, when you see the picture, I'm sure nobody can tell that I wasn't feeling confident, because I got a lot of compliments for this picture and people were calling me pretty and photogenic and stuff like that. But honestly, I didn't like the way I looked on that particular day. This next picture is actually a picture I'm proud of, because if you have endometriosis, there's this term called endobelly, which is because of the inflammation, because of the swelling in your uterus and your ovaries and fallopian tubes and everything. Your stomach looks like you are bloated or you've gained weight. And for a very long time, I absolutely hated it. Like, I would do all the possible ab workout and all of that to just flatten my tummy and not have that endobelly seen. But this was one day when I felt absolutely confident, and I felt free, because I suddenly had this realization that my body was doing a lot. It was going through a lot, and it was trying its best and still trying to keep me healthy, and it kept going on. And I think I should be grateful for that body, and I should be glad that even though I have this chronic condition, I'm still blessed, and I'm able to do things that a lot of people cannot do. And this was one day when I was feeling extremely grateful, and how my belly looked did not matter anymore. It doesn't matter even now. Like, people who know I have endobelly know what it means. But if people think I've gained weight, I have the belly, I really don't mind, because my body goes through a lot, and I'm really thankful for everything that it does to me. So this is one picture I'm actually really proud of, because trust me, the younger version of myself would have never posted a picture where you can see my tummy like that. But this version of me was very proud of everything that my body was doing for me, and how it looked did not matter to me anymore. So I'm extremely proud of this picture. Now, just because I was proud doesn't mean I wasn't nervous, because I was very, very scared of how people would react to it, or how people would comment on this photo. Because as much as you are positive, you want to be positive, the minute you put yourself out there online, you are giving people the freedom to impose their opinion on you. And I was very scared of that opinion. Even though I felt really confident and I was proud of myself for doing it, I was still really scared. But all the comments that I got were mostly positive, and everyone related to it. So I absolutely love this picture. Now, this next picture also is something I'm really proud of. Is this pic where I had this eye tie that never went, and eventually the doctor said I had to get it removed through surgery. And technically he did the surgery under my eyelid, but for some reason it shouldn't have happened, but it left a scar on my eyelid. And I'm here online trying to make a lot of DIYs and give you all skincare tips on how to remove your marks and your pigmentation and your scars. So my skin is my biggest USP, but I've always had this fear of having scars or having marks on my skin. And when this happened, I actually panicked because I didn't know if the scar would go. I mean, it hasn't. I still have it, but I didn't know if the scar would go, or how would it look. It was pretty dark during this time because I had just recovered from the surgery, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, and for some reason, after like the bandage came off and the healing and all happened, and I put my makeup and I stood in front of the mirror, the scar suddenly looked beautiful to me, and I liked it. And then I realized that the minute you embrace these flaws about yourself, you embrace these imperfections about yourself, it just feels good and no one can use it against you. And that's exactly what I felt when I had the scar and I suddenly just liked the scar on my eyelid. I didn't care. It didn't bother me. I didn't find the need to conceal it. I didn't find the need to cover it up. And then I realized that the minute you embrace it, the minute you start loving and you fall in love with your imperfections and your flaws and everything, you just become really free. These things don't matter. And it's not like after that, people were like, oh my God, you had this mark on your eyelid. Like, is it going to go? And all of that. I did not care. I didn't care if it stayed, if it went. It, of course, lightened up a lot. But again, that was a picture I wouldn't have posted. I did. So I think that's one thing I've learned. And I think you should learn too. Embrace everything about yourself. And then nobody can use it against you. Nobody can make you feel bad about it. Nobody can make you feel small about it, because you're in love with it, and how others see it and how others feel about it will not matter. Now, this next pic is a pic where I look extremely, bold, and I got a lot of comments calling me hot and stuff. But I was going through the toughest phase of my life. I was going through a very difficult, very dirty, very messy breakup, and I was actually broken during that time, and I would sleep throughout the day, throughout the night, because I just didn't want to be awake. I didn't want to face anything. I didn't want to feel anything. And I remember this one day I somehow got the strength to put on some makeup and post a picture where people think I look hot and people think I look pretty, but people don't know that I was broken from the inside. I really did not want to function. I didn't want to do anything. I wasn't feeling myself. I just did not want to exist, because that was a very difficult phase for me, and I did not want to I just didn't want to be around people. I didn't want to be awake. I just wanted to disappear, and that's how I felt. But looking at this picture, I'm sure nobody can tell that that's exactly how I was feeling, or I was broken, I was shattered, because whatever you put online, you can really conceal a lot of things pretty easily now. Okay, so this last pic, which is like the most recent pic, this was taken at the parking lot of Sagar Hospital. Deepak and I had gone to meet the doctor, and the doctor didn't really give us a very good news. He told us that he was running out of options, and that we need to be prepared, and we need to prepare ourselves to lose her, basically. And I remember we were sitting in the car in the parking lot, and of course nobody likes hearing such things about your parents, and we just weren't talking to each other because we didn't know, like we weren't able to process what the doctors had said. And amidst of all of this, Deepak had so much work pressure because from his company they were constantly pressurizing him because he had to submit reports on time and all of that. And I was sitting in the parking lot, and I remember clicking selfies just to distract myself while he was working. Like, he was also going through a lot of pressure from work, and seeing his mom's health decline every single day. And this was a pic that I clicked just because like to distract myself from whatever was happening, because at this point we were desperate to do anything to save her, to help her get a little better. But if you look at this picture, no one can tell that we actually had heard really heartbreaking, like, seeing our lives fall apart in front of us when I posted this picture. And nobody knows that this was the day the doctors had told us that there's not much hope left. And every time I see this picture, it reminds me of that time. I think I should actually delete it. I will probably delete it in some days, but whenever I see this picture, I'm sure when others see this picture, they're like, oh, the hair, or the lipstick color, or the earrings. But for me, whenever I look at this picture, it just reminds us of that hard time, that particular day when we heard things that we didn't want to hear. So what is the point of this whole video? I know, and I'm going to talk from my personal experience. I remember days when I would be really sick. I would be in bed, unable to turn, and I would be on Instagram. I would see girls go on hikes and travel and eat this food and go here and go there, and I would feel so bad because I would compare my life to their life based on one photo that I'm seeing online on Instagram. And I made this video just to prove to you guys that what you see on Instagram is not the truth. It is not the same. Someone who is posting this perfect picture of her perfect body might have so many other things that she's going through that you are not aware of. So don't compare your life with someone else's life. Don't compare your body with someone else's body. Don't compare your features with someone else's features, because we don't know the struggles that someone else is going through based on one happy photo or one beautiful photo that we see online. We all have our struggles. We are all trying to get through life. We are all trying to push through life. So do not see someone's photo and put yourself down or feel a certain way, because I know I have been there in that position and it's not a nice place to be. So this is my attempt to let you know that what you see online is not the truth, and you should never compare yourself with anyone else based on some photos that you see on their profile, because trust me when I say this, what we put online is not the truth. Like you can tell I've been loaded with painkillers, I've been sick, but a little bit of makeup and some right angles and right filters and the right light, you can make it look like your life is perfect, even if it is far from being perfect. So yeah, I hope you got something from this video, and I hope you are going to be happy and you're going to be content in whatever you do, wherever you are at life right now, however you are planning to do life. I hope you are content, and I hope someone else's life does not make you feel any less or make you feel like you're not good enough. I will meet you guys in my next video. Until then, bye.